G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. This week we're in MAREEBA at a place called Ringer's Rest.
Come along and join us for the adventure.
It's going to be a good one. Here in the Memorial Gardens, they've got plenty of monuments to the different units who come up here and trained in preparation for going to New Guinea in World War II. It has a little bit about the unit where they served and also shows their colour patch on there, but the one that's of particular interest to me and my family is this one, because this is the battalion that my grandfather served in. If you come to the Rocky Creek Memorial Park, there's also a donation camp that you can stay at when you come here. It's just on the opposite side to the Memorial Park. You can see all the vans over there in the park at the moment. Just over here there's a shed, you can see the car park next to it, and there's a caravan behind it. That is the caretaker's shed. So you've got to drop down and see that person first and just register to let them know that you're here, and then you can move your way over and set up over here in the park. You can stay for a maximum of 72 hours. They provide bins, and I can see some toilets and things here. Yeah, it doesn't look like a bad little camp. It is close to the road here in Atherton, but other than that, looks like quite a nice place to come and set up. Very tranquil gardens to come and have a look or a walk through. In front of us here is it's an igloo, or they called it an igloo. And these were dotted all over the place around Atherton. This is what they lived in, or they had their headquarters out of, or they done whatever out of. This one's been preserved so that it can be kept as a relic of the war. But as you drive through Atherton, the township itself, you see these as sheds for the local mechanics or whatever as you go through. They're not as in good condition as this one,
no,
but they're certainly there.
But you do see the structures, yeah. It's quite interesting.
Made our way to Milla Falls. We're going to
in 300 metres, you will arrive at your destination.
There you go. And get out and take a bit of a walk down, show them. Well, apparently they're pretty good. Okay, Milla Falls. As soon as you've parked your car, you're straight down a stairway. Yeah, not the easiest one in the world. They look like mud steps with a few bits of wood holding them back, but other than that, it's not too bad. Just work your way down. It should be pretty good. Information here to read about North Queensland and the falls themselves. There's also some toilets.
Yeah, so you guys hang around
As you know, we're staying here at Ringer's Rest. We just thought we'd show you the entrance way. Dave's a wonderful host and it's a great property to come and stay at, but he does have a couple of rules, and his number one rule is he drives slow on all of his roads. He's very, very concerned about the children that come and stay here, because they play everywhere, don't they, Elle?
Oh yeah, they have a mighty time.
Oh, they're everywhere. They're on their bikes, they're in trees, they're all over the place.
Dusk till dawn.
Yeah, they absolutely love it.
Oh, dawn to dusk, I should say.
And every new van load of kids that we see come in, they just join the mob, don't they? They're just, everybody, they're in straight away and away they go.
Probably how we used to play when we were younger.
For sure. All right, so there's the function area inside there, and it's a very bush setting.
Yes.
But yeah, very, very popular. And then if you're staying, or you intend on staying, then you just continue on down the track slightly. And as you round this next corner here, you'll see Dave's office down the end on the left, which is that tin shed where you can see a couple of chairs. And right now Dave's got someone in the office with him.
He's a lovely fellow.
Oh, he's a wonderful man.
Hey Dave.
All right, and then once you come into the property, you can stay anywhere you like inside of his paddock except in the middle. So Dave would probably make it easier if he just said stay on the outsides, but he lets you stay either side of the road wherever you like. We picked a spot just over here which has got us in full sun, and you do get plenty of it here in MAREEBA, don't you?
Yes, you do.
The only thing that I find a little troubling, and I'll cut in some vision of it, is the horses come around for something to eat and they guilt you out. They just stand there and stare at you through the door of your caravan until eventually you walk out and give them something to eat. But yeah, it's
They know. They know where the food is.
Yeah. But other than the campground, $10 a night, Dave doesn't offer anything else except some fresh water.
He has water, yes.
And if you come here on a Sunday night, we'd strongly suggest that you do.
Yes.
He does a damper over on the campfire and it's delicious.
It is delicious.
He'll give you the recipe for it and he'll show you how to make it.
He's a lovely host.
Oh,
It's a lovely setting. It's quite quiet. You'll see the balloons, the hot air balloons. You get wonderful sunsets and sunrises when it's not a bit cloudy. Yeah, damper on a Sunday night, which is quite social. Everyone gets around and has a chat.
yeah.
The horsies and the cows, and you get to pat them and feed them, which is really
you do.
lovely. The kids run amok and have a great time. And what does he open? He said he opens from May to December.
Yeah, he's closed. He closes Ringers Rest on the 1st of December and he doesn't reopen until May, and that's because of the wet season up here.
Okay, yeah.
Today we've come to Emerald Creek Falls, which are in Mareeba. We haven't been here before. There's a day use area here and that's where we've parked. There's also some campgrounds here, not too sure about those. But we're going to go and do the walk up to the falls, so I'll go and read the information board and see how big the walk is ahead of us now.
Yes, I don't think it's long.
No, it's a really beautiful looking place. I already see a river that's running down through here, or a creek that's running down through here. It looks really nice. So anyway, we'll give you a bit of a look around. There's two walks that you can do here at the Emerald Creek Falls. One is a grade 3 walk, which is the up to the lookout, and the other one is one that we're going to do, which is the grade 4 walk, which takes you to the bottom of the falls walking track. The first one is 1.9 k's, takes you about an hour, and the second one is 1.6 k's, takes you about 40 minutes. And I've got to be honest with you, I don't really know what all these grades are. We've been on different grades of tracks and they all seem the same, either walk up a hill or down a hill. It's one of the two. Anyway, we'll get out and let you know what this one's like. When you go up to the falls, this is the divide in the road. So if you follow the stairs up, it takes you up to the lookout. And if you follow the rocks along, and there's arrows painted on the rocks, it takes you down to the base of the falls, which we'll go and have a look at both, I think. Here we are, Emerald Creek Falls. These are bloody beautiful. So I'm going to give you the tip right now. If you come up here, don't worry about going to look out on top of the hill. You're only going to walk at the top of the hill. Come straight to the base of the falls and look straight up. That's fantastic. We're just talking on the way up though. We're in the wet season. These rocks are so smooth. This water must just absolutely belt over the top of all this. I don't know if the GoPro will pick it up, but this is the rock right in front of the waterfall and it's as smooth as a baby's bum. So the water must have run over here for tens of thousands of years. It's unbelievable. All right, you can probably hear me puffing a bit. The walk to the lookout it's an easy walk. It's just uphill. There's plenty of steps and a really well-defined track. Give you a bit of a look. I suppose the plus is, after we've seen the falls, it's all downhill on the way back. When I was in the army, one of the things they taught us when you went up hills was to just shorten your steps and don't look at the top, and you do get up and pretty easy. I think the key catchphrase was just thumb in bum, mind in neutral, and up you go. And it still works, and I still do it today. All right, Al, we've made our way to the top of the lookout now at the falls. What are your thoughts?
They're beautiful. I've really enjoyed our little walk along the track. I even found the walk itself was quite nice.
It is, it's really nice. And so I made a comment when we were down at the base of the falls. I said, forget about going up the top. But I've got to tell you, you've got to do both. Don't you? It's a different perspective, but just as equally as beautiful.
Yes, I thought we'd go the top, not the bottom. So I was really quite pleasantly surprised by the view and the scenery at the bottom of the falls. It was a bit of a wow factor.
Yeah, it's a great plunge pool down there. In fact, there's some kids down there swimming right now. We passed them on our way out of the base of the falls.
Yes.
And I done both. I tested the water and it was bloody freezing. And I tasted the water and it tasted all right. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend drinking water out of strange creeks, but this one looked nice and it was flowing, so yeah, it tasted all right. So it wasn't too bad. We also found out the difference between a grade 3 and a grade 4 walk.
Yes.
And I think the major difference was on the grade 4 you walked over rocks, and on the grade 3 they had built-in steps.
Yes, and I think also because the elements run over the rocks, they can be a bit slippery and a little bit of an unknown all the time.
Yeah, just watch your footing because they were very slippery because just the way the water had run over those rocks for eons.
In parts it was quite slippery, but you know, people had found alternate routes, so...
Yeah, and it'd be certainly something to see, I reckon, when it's in flood, because
yes.
They'd be magnificent. You can see where the water goes, so it'd be huge, and the roar up here would be amazing, I reckon.
They'd probably shut the track, unfortunately, but it would be lovely to see.
All right, so time's getting on, and our plan is to go and have a bit of coffee and chocolate this morning at the coffee factory.
Steve wants the chocolate.
I had the rum and raisin last time, and it's made with Bundy rum. I've got to say, it is something. So
that was your Father's Day present.
It was, yes. I'm looking forward to going back and maybe resampling the rum and raisin and maybe another flavour. Yeah, so that was pretty good. So I think we've earned our coffee this morning.
We have earned our coffee, yes.
Yeah, so let's head on up to the coffee factory and show everyone around up there.
Sounds good.
All right, let's go. Alrighty, as promised up at the falls, we've come to Coffee Works, haven't we?
We have.
It's a great little coffee shop, and it's got a gift shop here. It's got a chocolate works, which we haven't checked out yet, but we're going in there very soon.
And I think you can taste test their liqueurs as well, and then buy some liqueurs.
Oh, you can too, yeah. They do a number of liqueurs here. They also do a number of different sorts of coffee beans. You can buy packs. You can have them shipped all over Australia. Yeah, it's quite a good little business here. We're just going a couple of standard cappuccinos, and yes. What do you have now? A scone?
Scone and jam cream. I haven't had one for a long time.
I'm going a cherry crushed rocky road. I don't know what it's going to be like. Yeah, I'll give it a crack. All right, let's get into it. The worst thing when you've got so many choices for chocolate is just choosing one.
Good luck.
That's the stuff. So we showed you Dave, the owner of the property, but here's a picture of Dave as a young man when he's a stockman. I don't think he's given up the cows and the horses just yet because he's with them every day, but yeah.
I don't think he ever will.
An older photo. He told us down by the office one day that the biggest thing to him when he first became a stockman was he was 13 when he started. He slept without a bed or shoes for 3 years.
That's right.
And after 3 years, when he was 16, the owner of the property offered to take him into town and buy him some clothes, and he got his first pair of R.M. Williams boots.
He was happy as Larry.
And because he hadn't worn shoes for so many years, his feet were so swollen that he had to get 3 sizes up, and eventually the R.M. Williams just broke because he only had a small foot to get him 3 sizes up. But yeah, all that's been done, and he ended up a very successful ringer. And he's pushed some big cattle drives around Australia, so yeah.
He has.
Very, very interesting man. He's great to sit down and have a chat to if you come up and stay.
He's wonderful.
He is. Dave told us that when he cleared the property, he used the timber from the trees that he fell to make all his stockyards. And these are some of the stockyards that he made, he said over 40 years ago.
Yeah, over 40 years ago.
So he made these over 40 years ago, and they've been here that long. I'll show you down here. The trees actually grown into the stockyard. Check that out. Dave's got a cow in the yards at the moment. Yeah, hello mate. Yes. He's having a calf. He's having a few feeding problems, but Dave's got it. Said everything's going well. Mum and baby are all on track now, so he said he might put them back out in the paddocks in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Hey, mate. How you going? There's your baby.
This horse's name is Emu, and he's very popular with the kids.
He's very placid and happy. Hey, aren't you? Yeah, easy going. Horse. Hello.
Yeah, this one's on the lick block.
You going to share? So if you time your run right and come in on a Sunday, they actually have damper night. So I think about 4 o'clock. Dave puts on the damper. He explains how he makes it, how he cooks it, and how he prepares it, and invites all the campers down for some damper once it's all cooked. So this is the only area you can have a fire, I think, in Ringer's Rest. He doesn't like fires on the property. So everyone comes down and has a good time, really.
They do, and the damper is incredible. It's really, really nice.
It's incredible.
His secret ingredient? Curry. It's fantastic.
Oh, and noodles.
Oh yes, and he puts in the 2-minute noodles. You've got to try it to believe it though. When you stay here at Ringer's Rest, Dave encourages you to put all your vegetable scraps and stuff over the fence for the horses. And this is a Brumby. He taught us how to tell the difference. Here you go, mate. He taught us how to tell the difference. So you can see that the tail of this horse touches the ground. That indicates it's a Brumby. And the others have all got shorter tails, and they're just stock horses. But yeah, it's a beautiful temperament on this horse here. She certainly lets you know when she's about. She comes up and she makes a few snorts and noises, and I think that's just her signal to say, come and feed me. You're a beautiful girl, aren't you? Hey? You like that lettuce? I tell you what, the only thing I've seen her knock back, someone threw an onion peel over there yesterday and they lost it. Look at her. She's beautiful. Hey? Yeah, good horse. Oh, all the combination of the smoke and the sunset tonight's made for a pretty red sky. It's really good. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but there's a plane and it's still dive bombing the fire. Occasionally you see some lights, but they're below the tree level. That's how low they fly to drop it on there. But yeah, he seems to come around about every 15 minutes or so. But it's made for a beautiful red sunset out here at MAREEBA this afternoon. Well, this is an interesting way to get woken up first thing in the morning, yeah? There's a balloon landing in the paddock right in front of us.
How exciting.
Yeah, he looks like he might just clear those trees, I think. I don't know whether he's taking off or he might be taking off.
Is he?
I don't know. I was laying in bed and you sort of, you know, like you hear a sound and you don't know what it is. I thought it was one of the horses. And then I looked out, I guess there's this big orange thing right outside the window, and there it was. How cool is that?
It is cool. Look, they've got a fair few people on board.
Yeah, she's full. Putting a bit of heat into that balloon to get it up over those trees, and he just cleared them. Well, there appears to be a squadron of them. That's a good one. So that's the one that woke us up. This is just out underneath the caravan awning now. This one's just coming across the paddock, so I can only think that they've taken off from over here somewhere, because they seem to be continuing with their journey. I'm not real sure.
They've said they used to take off and land here, and he said now they take off from a different area. He said, but they'll often come and land in the paddocks.
Yeah, it's certainly a highlight of MAREEBA, because when you come to MAREEBA, the sign that advertises the town has hot air balloons all over it. So, well, that's it for this week's episode. Ali and I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. Once you come and join us next week, we complete our adventures in the Atherton Tablelands and get ourselves ready to head north to Cape York. You have yourselves a great week, and we'll see you next Saturday. Bye-bye. I'm trying to bite you then.